Everything else, bit more consistent on what we can expect. I mean, maybe outside of the Ursa. There's several teams where Ursa's a good band against. Complexity definitely comes to mind. But that's taken away from Anvorguesa against Thunder Predator. Something else we've been noticing with Thunder Predator that's been really interesting. Schofield is their position 1 player now, and Attune has been playing position 4. But I'm actually looking at, whoa, okay, Attune's not here. Am I missing something? Yeah, no, I do not see Attune unless he's under a different name, which then would have to be a scanner. I don't know if that's Attune. I guess we'll have to wait and perhaps get confirmation on that later on, but I honestly am not 100% sure. I wasn't even aware until I just mentioned and was about to go on that talking point with Attune right there. Very interesting. Anyways, a minute and a half remaining and counting for Thunder Predator with that reserve time. They could do something to purge that Bat Rider lasso. We saw the Omni Knight yesterday. Was really interesting as a potential. Legion Commander definitely comes to mind. Abaddon, but of course Abaddon's banned, so not going to see him. Templar Assassin, a very quick response there after the Shadow Shaman comes out for Thunder Predator. So Shadow Shaman, good crowd control, of course, good tower pressure, but confident with the Templar Assassin, and I feel like that's also a bit of a takeaway. Jamari certainly a TA player himself and could have gone it as well, although I guess the Bat Rider not as friendly perhaps, but ooh, Huskar. That is a good answer to Templar Assassin, so that's one of the downsides of picking up TA third, giving the opponents a chance to respond, and as a result, that's exactly what Thunder Predator does. They pick up the Huskar with that 4th spot. Now, Team Anvorguesa, they could use some more burst damage. Potentially could use another support depending on where the Bat Rider is. So honestly, like a very burst heavy support, like a Lion comes to mind. You could even run that position for Lena. Wouldn't be a bad option.
Wraith King.
Ooh, that's a completely different path. Wraith King from Anvorguesa has been picked up. We've been seeing glimpses of him every once in a while. That is interesting. So why the Wraith King right here? I suppose okay against Huskar. The idea that, you know, he will come back to life with the reincarnate's nice. This isn't a heavy cooldown team outside of the Doom ability from Doom himself. So that's another thing I look for when I see a Wraith King pick. You know, if you're like against a Faceless Void, a Shadow, you know, these big wombo combo ultimates. He could be decent against that simply for the idea that you blow everything, he dies the first time, and then he just comes back up anyway. So, but that's not really the case here. So, curious on the Wraith King pick. It is just a nice single target stun for a hero like Huskar, but Razor, I would figure pretty good against Wraith King, so something that he's going to have to look out for. The final bans follow. Centaur and then a Anti-Mage ban come out, so Thunder Predator still assuming that they're going to be picking an offlane, and I suppose we're really not 100% sure. It's an Enchantress coming out to go with the Bat Rider, as they could interchange between the offlane options. But Enchantress, really, they like Enchantress for the slow, I guess. It's there's not a lot that Enchantress is purging here off the top of my head. So I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by the Enchantress. I mean, of course, it's a target that Huskar is not the greatest against because of that untouchable, so there is that as well, but interesting pick with the Enchantress. And then also, yeah, you look at Thunder Predator's side with Razor and Huskar as far as who's going to end up mid and who's going to end up safe lane. Think it's going to be Razor safe lane and Huskar mid. Again, Huskar into the TA matchup does feel pretty good, but I wouldn't be surprised if we actually see Anvorguesa maybe put the Enchantress mid. Maybe that's one of the reasons why they picked up Enchantress to lane matchup against the Huskar. I guess that could be of high potential. Thunder Predator, though, their final pick.
Juggernaut.
Whoa.
Choose your hero.
Did not see that one coming. So they go Juggernaut, so it's actually going to be a Razor offlane in the end. Jamari on Huskar. You have Schofield playing the Juggernaut. And sure enough, Frank will queue up that Razor. Oop, that was a wrong scene. Well, I guess while we have the drafts finished, you can see these are the brackets that I was talking about earlier of how things have played out. So, again, the lower finals and the grand finals playing today. All right, but back to this. So the Juggernaut final pick. Juggernaut decent against Enchantress. It seems like a decent Juggernaut game across the board. Again, always just a solid option. I suppose, yeah, with the Razor earlier on pick, the idea of running an offlane, especially after the Huskar came out, should have been a very high possibility there, actually. So Whisper, though, he is their offlane player, and again, on Enchantress, but something tells me they may try to match up the Enchantress against Huskar in that laning phase. So that's what we have to look forward to as we are now loading into game number 1 of our first best of 3. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, so far, I'm not saying that's going to continue today with the trend, but all 4 series yesterday did go 2-0 for the victors. So there was never a game 3 yesterday that took place. So winning game 1, especially with that knowing, is even more important, I suppose, if you're a believer in stats like that. A scanner is a weeb reference, so it's entirely possible it's actually a tune. That's what somebody in chat had just said. So, yeah, I really do not know for sure. I'm going to go ahead and say it is. I like highly doubt all of a sudden. I mean, I shouldn't say that, but I doubt. I don't highly doubt. I just doubt that he's no longer playing with them. You know, there's a minor spot on the line and everything. I figure at the very least, you know, finish out the season, right? Because if you don't qualify here, then at this point you're playing the TI qualifiers. And, of course, if you want to swap around rosters or whatever, then that's you're completely able to do that. As I suppose there is no downside at that time because then the invites and everything will be figured out. Don't need to worry about the point penalization. Just simply need to focus on the TI qualifiers. That'll be up and coming. Trends continue of having an early pause in game number 1. Hopefully it's not a trend that continues through today, but now that I said that, I'm sure it will be. So where is Enchantress? Well, Huskar is mid. Enchantress, that's TA. He's lining up mid. Okay. So Enchantress, yeah, Whisper is already way up here. Wow. Getting a ward down very close to the tower. So they are just still going to lane Templar Assassin into the Huskar. And that seems like a pretty decent matchup for the Huskar considering the Burning Spear and interaction with the Refraction there. So I suppose they just simply do not care enough.
Normally. Winning.
Ding, 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 mother.
That's probably the best one, honestly. The ding, ding, ding. Whenever that one comes out, it just feels so right. Thanks to Toby Wan for that great voice line. All right, coming out of the pause, we are good to go. We'll zoom on with game number 1 and a lot of early right clicks.
The battle begins.
As Grimstroke and Enchantress trying to zone them away from their own rune. Unable to do so, though, as the numbers does favor Thunder Predator. But now Prada realizing that they're going on him, and he's like, you know what? Let's turn this set. If I'm going to die, I'm taking you with me. The spin on top of Jericho, and that is going to be a first blood going the way of Thunder Predator as, okay, yeah, Prada did die, but it was right after. So first blood, again, still favoring Thunder Predator and Schofield right there. I think it's fair to say that definitely the big picture looking good for them as a result, but Schofield is slowing by that enchant, and the enchant slow is pretty massive, and a couple more auto attacks. He could be dying here. Doom That's actually Rasta running over. The Stroke of Fate, if he lands, that's a kill. He got blocked a little bit. The shackles, but the Stroke of Fate hits. The radius is just too damn big, so suddenly the big picture is not nearly as good looking for Thunder Predator. As they lose Schofield and makes it a 2-for-1. Bottom lane, a scanner, he's in trouble himself. Burning down, and one more auto attack. 9 stacks of that sticky napalm. Holy crap. Stinger just running him down with a sticky napalm and eventually take him out. So Doom porting to the bottom lane after what happened at the top. Okay, Batrider just accepts death right there rather than walking all the way back. He gives some gold to Frank, and then he's going to have full life and full mana. So makes sense to suicide. More efficient play at that point. Wraith King, meanwhile, his farm, he's got the assist already, of course, is going up against a Razor, though, in the laning phase, and that is not friendly. Any melee hero will tell you that. That especially relies on their right clicks. Certainly Wraith King does. But I suppose with a Batrider support, having that sticky napalm and eventually the flame break, he is supported pretty well here by the Batrider. So maybe it won't be too bad of a lane after all for Mr. Wraith King. Jamari, though, 4-4 in the mid lane. TA 6-4, so TA so far is looking good. Once that regen wears off, though, something tells me, again, things could be different. As I say that, he didn't ferry out more regen, just ferrying out components to another Wraith Band. I believe he completed the first one, too. As Grimstroke barely makes it away. From Shadow Shaman, Regen Rune. Going to be picked up from Templar Assassin. That's a pretty big one. Pops Refraction's going to have full life and near full mana after the fact. So there's the regen for you. Gladly take that.
I'll take it.
Thanks.
Got a massive push looking down here at the bottom lane. Triple Archer. Triple range creep even. Man, or Scanner, excuse me, is pushing up pretty far. It's almost surprised he didn't throw out a Wraithfire Blast there. But choosing not to go for that, focusing more on the last hits.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Shadow Shaman got very low up at the top lane, but he is going to survive. Grimstark running away with Juggernaut in pursuit. And bottom lane, Stinger getting low. The Scanner also very low, so both of these supports really living life on the edge. Neither one going to fall, though. Doom does have the 10 stick charges, so he was trying to bait him in there, but Batrider not falling for it. He's going to go try to suicide again, and he might be able to do so before Doom hits him. It's going to be close. Yeah, as long as he keeps flying, he's fine. Yeah, so he's just going to suicide again, come back with full life and full mana. Bottom lane, Frank doing that sap, the static link, and literally makes Wraith King do 0 damage. Still getting last hits, though, like a boss. Thanks, Quelling Blade. Juggernaut. He's fine. Just more heavy harassment on him between this Enchantress Grimstark lane. That does not sound like a fun lane to go up against, that's for sure. But again, Juggernaut's a hero that certainly can contest with it, especially with the spin active. Mid lane, ooh, Jamari gets taken out. That was a good rotation from Batrider. However, they are going to end up killing Chris Luck on Templar Assassin. The burns of the Burning Spear a little bit too much. You saw the smoke play rotations. I was watching the Dire supports coming over, but little did I know that the mid lane already action was happening. So Jamari is going to TP back in first.
Radiant structures are fortified.
But TA will soon follow suit. Although she's walking right now. She actually doesn't have a TP on her, so I guess it's on cooldown. Did she try to TP back initially, perhaps? Got canceled.
For my coffers.
She's going to walk all the way back. 5-minute bounty rune's coming in as Wraith King goes down at the bottom lane.
This will only hurt.
Link was up, and a couple of auto attacks later. Take out Wraith King. Top lane, Schofield going to be slowing, but forces out the spin. As you see, the Hellbear Smasher also killed off in the process. There's a TP coming in from Doom as well. Batrider here, they want this kill. It's 3 versus 2. The heal's coming out from Enchantress. The Inkswell hits both, and Schofield eventually going to take down the fire. Just burn, baby, burn. Favoring the Radiant. Not much more a Scanner could do there, especially as a level 4 Doom only. Does have that Satyr for the health regen, but yeah, not nearly enough life coming in. TA is now over in the jungle, so that explains a little bit more maybe too. Why I didn't want to just TP back to the mid. I think Templar Assassin is starting to feel the levels. The levels have added up, and now you're seeing Huskar having a very good time. So TA got the kill first with the help of a support, so that's the good news, but you can't just necessarily stand against Huskar. Although with another TP coming in, they can maybe kill Huskar. Jamari did not expect 3. Schofield takes out Wraith King meanwhile at the bottom lane, and back to the mid lane. Jamari, he's going to be fine though. Regen, he's got double bracer. He's good. The TP, whoever that was, ends up canceling. And Batrider will just pick up the Arcane Rune in the process. But yeah, Wraith King going down. That wasn't even an Omni Slash, just simply the spin on top. Of course, Wraith King only level 4 himself.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Somebody mentioning in chat, by the way.
Radiant's bottom
Let me see if I can find the name to give a shout out.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Caladian, making the point that Enchantress Dispel could potentially be pretty good against specific items such as a Crimson Guard. When you're going up against a Templar Assassin and a Wraith King, that's certainly an item you may be looking for. So that's one way to look at. Sure, item buffs is certainly something that she will be able to purge off, but to me it's still a little interesting that there isn't something inherently as a hero buff that they picked up Enchantress for to be able to purge off, right? You know, something like the Ion Shell of Darkseer, for example. That in a case like that, that's why you see a hero like Oracle coming out, or even an Enchantress. But ooh, that Batrider gets spun on and taken out. Could not fly away in time. Looks like that was an Omni Slash used there by Juggernaut. Also make that kill happen. Still a 7-5 hero kill lead in favor of Thunder Predator. Or I guess increasing their lead even at that point. Huskar them, and you'll see us 54 and 18, and Huskar is topping the net worth now too is Jamari. Schofield's right behind him. Enchantress though is farming very well. What is that going to translate to? It looks like we're going to see some phase boots into drums, as well as the full magic wand. Top lane, Batrider might be going too deep right now. Batrider. Oh, he does take the Infernal Blade. Batrider's turning, though. The impetus attacks from Whisper doing some decent damage, but now Whisper's in trouble. All that damage going to be sapped up. The Shackles, and can they kill Whisper, though? They don't have enough magic damage. Yeah, the right click's doing nothing because they can't even get them off. What does she have? Level 3 Untouchable? Okay, so she is leveling up Untouchable in this lane. Interesting.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Templar Assassin taking advantage and pushing mid currently as nobody's here, but now Jamari shows up. Life break ready, but either couldn't get close enough or choosing not to. Doom and Rasta rotating around with a smoke. They see a stack over here. They're going to get some deep vision, and they might kill Batrider as well. No, they're thinking about it. Trying to get in range. They would prefer a Templar Assassin kill, of course. See if they can wrap around instead over there and make that kill happen. Oh, Doom gets exposed. So now it's pretty obvious that a gank was coming. And instead the support's going to run towards the bottom. There's a double damage rune on Templar Assassin currently. So you do have to be worried about that. They also don't have dust on them. So ganking this Templar Assassin, although she doesn't have meld yet, so it wouldn't actually matter in this case. She's now going to take out the stack. So yeah, they even saw that stack walking by. I figured maybe they would go try to ninja it if anything, but they did not. And TA's making the best of it now. Jamari, he's just going YOLO. He's going to jump in, Huskar style, baby. He's going to be silenced up, but with the right clicks, it doesn't really care too much. And as Embrace is killed, here comes Enchantress though. The impetus attacks on Doom. He runs back in. He applies the Doom to Enchantress. And they do not lack magic damage now. The Shockwave, the Hadouken, ends up hitting, and Enchantress falls. Now, Huskar went too deep by himself, apparently. And he ends up getting Copper killed off. Grimstorm gets picked off, though, but so is the Rasta. Templar Assassin still feeling very good about the situation. Refraction wears off up 1 more second. She does have Meld now, getting to level it up after the Ancient stack that she did. So Chris Luck still willing to man up. Another trap going down. There's a slow and a scanner. And there will be a TP coming in from Grimstroke. So Doom certainly going to die. Chris Luck, another kill. Yeah, Huskar just got too occupied, it seemed like, on the Templar Assassin rather than fighting with the team. And Tia kind of just picks off one by one. And she gets a couple of kills out of that, and suddenly she is top net worth. Again, she just got the Ancient stack just before, too. And what is she going to use with that? It looks like the Desolator is almost here. Drum's almost finished on Enchantress. Doom, that cooldown. Pretty long one, still 70 more seconds as Whisper's going to run at him. It's really one of those awkward spots to be in. It's similar to like a Bloodseeker. It's like, do you want to keep running or do you want to come in and tank the attack? Because again, the longer you are, the further away you are, I should say, the more damage it does. That was interesting. Was that on purpose? Shackled the catapult there. Oh, I guess, that was because it was Enchantress's catapult. That makes more sense. I was like, wait, what's going on? And it allowed Doom to devour it. So I'm going to go and say that was on purpose, yes. Just had to register what the hell happened right there. Enchantress following up the drums with a Dragonlance and eventual Hurricane Pike. And if she really wants to make sure to be dealing as much damage as possible, Ags is also very good on her, so we'll see if that's the direction that she goes. I don't think she necessarily needs to. I mean, you have a Wraith King and a Templar Assassin dealing tons of physical damage. Granted, Impetus is pure damage, but still. I guess the point is, do they really need more right clickers? I think they could benefit from more aura heavy instead, personally. As Frank got lasted up at the top lane, but with support TPing in, he'll be fine. And back to the point about Enchantress, I mean, both Grimstroke and Batrider are really not doing the greatest in farm, so you can't expect a ton of
Dire's middle tower
helpful items from them earlier on.
Where are you going?
Can you purge off the Razor buff, the static link? No. It is cannot be dispelled, so somebody asking that in chat right there. Excited to see Gorilla's Pride, though, once again. Currently winning in the Grand Finals. They were very impressive yesterday in their shining moments and winning their series 2-0 against Thunder Predator, so we'll see how they do. Again, they're patiently waiting by, I'm sure, waiting to see who they will face off against in the Grand Finals. Three-man smoking, or four. Yeah, did catch all four as Templar Assassin joins. She's still minus 126 damage. Oh, there we go. Does have the Desolator finished. Making the way to the top lane, Razor. Be the victim for this. Rasta will spot a couple of them coming over. It allows Razor to respond, so Shadow Shaman certainly in a bad spot, but tanking the Smoke Ink, a four-man Smoke Ink. I think Thunder Predator is not too disappointed by that. Huskar, haven't been paying the most attention to his item progression, but an Armlet finish. He currently has a casual Talisman of Evasion. We are going to see the full Sage, though, and then that, of course, makes Heaven's Halberd, which is fantastic this game. Multi-purpose, great evasion on him, but also great disarm against both TA and the Wraith King. So, yeah, really like to see that. Roshan.
Dire are scanning.
They're trying to, and with the Desolate, I mean, they do it damn fast. All the skeletons, you know what? This actually might work. Well, they are coming over now. Thunder Predator, Razor, he pops the Eye of the Storm. To the south, Jamari looking to jump in, but Chris Luck will pick up the Aegis, and now Jamari, he's in no man's land. The spin from Schofield helping things out as well. The Inner Flames push back as well. The Inner Fire on top of it, I should say. Soulbind is thrown out, though. The Doom up on Templar Assassin. He's trying to get away from the Juggernaut and Rasta. He cannot, though, so Aegis will be spent as Rasta is picked off as well. Jamari jumping back in. They're spamming the pings on the Radiant side, but Jamari, the pushback again with the Inner Fire, and now the spin from Schofield. They lost the Razor, but they are going to take out Wraith King, and Chris Luck in a lot of trouble. Picked off Jamari, but Chris Luck with the meld, turning back in. He's got a hat trick out of this so far. He wants more damage, and very likely could get more of the impetus. He's blocked in by the wards, but Juggernaut has nothing else to do right here. Spinning 2 more seconds. He's going to run back out. He's got to spin. Might as well use it. Maybe get the kill TA. No. The crit with the ultra kill for Chris Luck on Templar Assassin is enough to do him in. What a crazy Roshan fight that was. Thunder Predator just got there a little bit too late. And an ultra kill for TA as a result.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
She does have the blink now delivered. So she doesn't have the Aegis anymore, but fair to say, I think that's an Aegis worth spent, considering all the kills she got with it.
The hidden ones have blessed me.
Don't run out.
Oh, and now TA wants more blood. With the supporting cast, Doom and Rasta picked off, and Juggernaut having to spin away, trying to at least. Impetus, that's a lot of damage. Schofield, he keeps running. He's going to be taking those big right clicks, and, well, speaking of a big right click, Chris Luck. He is just on fire. The momentum. This is what this hero can do, though, a Templar Assassin. Just look at it. He's just moving mid now. He's going to go for the kill and Razor. One more auto attack, and he gets it. Gets a double kill at the top lane. He TPs mid. He blinks in and kills Razor with it to make the triple kill. So, yeah. He is 11-1-1 this game now on Templar Assassin. He already has 2,000 gold saved up just about. And he just got the blink dagger. Heaven's Halberd is finished on Huskar, so at least a little bit of an answer to the Templar Assassin. As Rasto's found, TA now going for Jamari, but Jamari, life break in. Remember, he has Heaven's Halberd, he hasn't used it yet. There's the disarm, though. And TA kind of just standing there for the time being at the Unifier pushback, and now the Doom apply. Templar Assassin is going to melt, so the Heaven's Halberd certainly doing work, as well as the disarm from the Inner Fire. Nice job with the Armlet Toggle. Huskar trying to tank this damage. Another Armlet Toggle is not enough. The Impetus attack gets him taken out. Nice Centaur Stomp, though, from Doom. It stops Enchantress from getting away. And with an Omni Slash on top of it, Whisper cut down by Schofield. So it was looking so pretty for Anvorguesa, but they really did just get a little too confident right there. They got too cocky, they went too deep, pushing already in this area, going downhill and near the base, and certainly not the best decision, especially when you look at the objectives elsewhere on the map. You got a tier 1 bottom up, even tier 2 mid. Sure, easy to say in hindsight, but you could tell they were really feeling that momentum, and they just wanted to keep go, go, go. But well played by Thunder Predator, calming it down. And you do see, even though with a death there, even as farmed as Thunder or Templar Assassin is, that Jamari on this Huskar certainly can help deal with him. Not only with the Heaven's Halberd, but the Inner Fire and the disarm that it provides. So, yeah, really we're looking at nearly 9 seconds of disarm between those two. That's actually pretty ridiculous. Juggernaut just going to spin away. You see that Schofield, he went the first out of Manta style, by the way. We really didn't even talk about that yet. So much action, and it will continue.
Feed me if you must.
Templar Assassin picks up another one on Doom. How about Wraith King? Wraith King not here currently. He finishes a Blade Mail, as he is bottom lane, but the Radiant team is starting to fight still. Whisper spun on. Soulbind coming out, though. The double lasso in place, holding in place for Templar Assassin, but the disarm on her, and she has to blink north. She cannot do much, of course, once she's disarmed. Jericho going to be jumped in on, and Jamari takes him out. The disarm is worn off, but now Meld from Templar Assassin. Do they not have the vision, really? Oh, they do not have the vision. A spin on top. They know that she's here, so they're going to try to do some damage. Oh, but the cut down on Schofield. However, as soon as she exposes, she gets taken out. A triple kill for Jamari, and Jamari wants more. The life break in, and Enchantress barely alive. Those Burning Spears adding up, but does pop the heal. Going to be fine for now. Ultra kill will be had, however, as Grimstroke is picked off for a dieback. Oh, boy. The fights just continue. 22-19. Looking at 41 hero kills in not even 20 minutes into this game. And, I mean, I want to say it favors Anvorguesa right now, but
Gold is a great conductor.
Where are you going?
it is hard. It's hard to feel out this game. It really is. Because as far as the scaling, too, obviously Wraith King can potentially be pretty damn scary.
Heard of me?
Okay, he's actually not going the Radiance, though. He is going to instead call an audible and go with Shadow Blade. At this point, I was honestly looking forward to the Radiance. I thought Radiance is pretty good for them this game, but figures the game's just too fast, I guess, and the team wants them to fight with them sooner than later, so Shadow Blade instead it is. Of course, Batrider does have the blink. Enchantress is going more for this right click, Bill. We were discussing that earlier amongst
Wait
ourselves
up.
and you, Chad, of course. The idea of what you get more of these are heavy. I think Hurricane Bike is, of course, great, as is that in itself is also can be a support item. But perhaps something like, I don't know, what are we looking at? Crimson Guard, Pipe, you know, those wouldn't be bad options here instead. But wants the right click, mid lane, Jamari. He's somehow this far up with nobody nearby. Yeah, that was a bad spot to be in. Didn't necessarily catch how they got in there initially, but surrounded by 5 heroes and picked off. I guess that was a lasso. Okay, that makes more sense. So Jamari's dead. We could always look at the death recap. There we go. That would make a lot of
Dire's
sense.
middle tower
Gets
is under
lasso,
attack.
10 seconds later he's killed. And this is going to be a tier 2 mid tower kill. Again, tier 1 bottom is
Dire's
still
middle
up, so
tower has
Anvorguesa,
fallen.
decision time. Do they keep going for the base? Looks like they want to.
Dire's
Deso,
middle tower
as well as the
is
skeleton army of Wraith King. Pretty decent push.
Dire's structures
Gonna
are
pop
fortified.
fortification. Jamari, he's not up for 10 more seconds. Razor is also shy of his BKB. Ooh, fall back in a smoke play. Gonna look for Doom. They find Doom. Doom gets the Doom on Templar Assassin. They 4 staffs in. Templar just trying to run around and get away. Nice soul bind the World Helper for the time being, but Doom still running down TA, and something tells me he's gonna finish the job. It looks like it. Grimstark's also caught. So a scanner ends up finding the perfect target to apply that Doom to, especially without refraction up. No chance. And TA just could not get away after that point. Batrider flying in here. He's going to find a lasso. Does have supports nearby, though. Rasta picked off. Well, but at what cost now, Jamari?
Nature
Diving in with a life break. There's the Omni Slash. And, oh, it bounces over to Batrider. Takes all the hits. Good absorb there from Stinger. Now the spin, they're both going to take the spin damage. Stinger goes down trying to heal her up. That's why Enchantress is standing on top, but it's not enough to save. However, here comes Wraith King now. Opens up in a Juggernaut with a Wraithfire Blast. Juggernaut pops him anti-style, says, all right, let's fight. But the Blade Mail changes that story. Heal Ward's put down. The Impetus attack, that's so much damage. It did not kill him, though. He's trying to stay away. Phantom's Embrace hits, though. Grimstork going in for the finish. Cannot do so. And he has to run away himself. Whisper eventually is killed off by Jamari.
Life squandered.
Off to the left, as Jamari does have BKB now purchased. Just a matter of flying it out.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant structures are fortified.
Doom is going Crimson Guard. So whoever brought that up in chat earlier, that is a fair point with the Enchantress. Something that she can certainly dispel once applied.
Who can say what I will do with this power?
So yeah, Shadowblade finished on Wraith King. Trying to get a BKB now at this time. Considering all the fighting happening. Certainly a good item. Razor finally finished his BKB as well. Razor again, more of an offlane Razor, so seeing where he's at with net worth, not too surprising there. As Diffusal Blade's picked up by Juggernaut to go with the Manta style. Diffusal Blade definitely set up to do work this game. So we do have a bit of a calm in the action after what's been a very, very high-tempo game. Nearly, what have we got, 47 hero kills combined at 25 minutes. That is something.
Blessings.
Roshan is now up, though. It gets pinged up. There's a trap from TA in there. So, or excuse me, well, yeah, from TA. I keep saying TA like
Are
this,
scanning.
the tag, and it confused me. From Thunder Predator, they do not see him up, but they are just going to go in. Jamar just walks in casually. This is, all right, let's go. Okay, that's one way to do it. Hurricane Pike picked up on Enchantress meanwhile. but certainly not committing to it, as the courier is just going to be thrown out here to be a scout, make sure they're not doing a ninja Roshan. Batrider. He's hunting. They find Jamari mid. They want to go for it. Yes, the lasso comes out. Do they have enough follow-up burst is the question. It looks like they do. It is enough burst damage. He does buy back immediately, though. And he's ready to come back in soon. Soulbind on Juggernaut. Skullfoot just going to spin out, though. Scanner, he got the Doom off on somebody. We'll check the second, but the spin for Juggernaut doing so much damage. It was on TA, it looks like, as well. So Templar Assassin trying to run out of the fight. The Razor Static Link absorbing so much damage. Plus 280. What combination with the Doom on top of the Static Link. Again, they completely take Templar Assassin out of the fight. The Omni Slash takes out Enchantress. And Wraith King, all they can do is just reincarnate and fall once again. Roshan is in favor of Thunder Predator. And I gotta say, it's just, they really do have so many tools to answer this TA. So as farmed as she's gotten this game, between the 9 seconds of potential disarm and dooming her up as well, it doesn't seem like she can get enough farm to matter. There really is nothing that can help with that. I suppose, yeah, the BKB when it's active, but
Radiant's middle tower
that's really it.
attack.
Free tier 2 tower kill going the way of Thunder Predator. Who do they give the Aegis to? Of course, Huskar, and it looks like the Cheese as well, so ultimate value there. And remember, that was, they picked off Huskar initially, made sense, but it's a good call by Thunder Predator to say they're going for the jump. Let's force this fight. And it proved to be a great buyback as well. Grimstroke spots the Razor. Jamar just jumps him immediately and going to take him on. He got the Soulbind down at least, but they're just going to run an Enchantress. Say, yeah, you can't impetus attack us freely. Chasing her down, stunned up, spin on top, another life break, and Whisper, those heals are not saving you there. As the other 3 heroes on the Radiant side just simply retreated. Saying it was a lost cause. I think that's the right call. You can tell the 3 cores, though, of Thunder Predator all feeling pretty beefy now. In fact, Juggernaut's thinking about getting a Lincoln's next. Help with the lasso. Soulbind even.
Is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh, TA's caught.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Hey, shot. Who's that TP now? That's Juggernaut. They need Jamari. No, they don't. Omni Slash, more than enough damage.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh, she's out for 65 seconds. This is going to be a tier 2 tower kill, and maybe more. Nice pushback. Oh, impetus.
Radiant's top tower
That was a little scary. We'll be fine, though. TA's, again, not buying back, so Thunder Predator may just keep this going. Wraith King charging out. He wants to kill the heal ward. He will do just that. Back here, though. They have a lasso going off against Jamari as he had jumped in with a life break. Getting Enchantress low, but now he's turning around, and as the lasso's worn off, the BKB's up, the Soulbind's up as well, but the follow-up damage just is not there for the Radiant side. They're doing a good job of protecting him. In fact, Jamari, he wants more damage. He jumps in with a life break, a double kill coming out. Buyback immediately from Grimstroke. Now the racks are exposed, so Thunder Predator focusing on the objectives. Jamari getting a low. Can he arm the toggle? Nope, but he has an Aegis, so he's coming back up. Wraith King doing the beat down on Rasta. Gets a nice little crit right there, but his BKB is going to be wearing off soon. As he throws up the Shadow Blade and runs on out. I had the Link going up the whole time, too. There's a Blade Mail as he jumps back in with a BKB reaction from Razor, and now Wraith King's in trouble. Shadow Blade cannot be used. However, able to make his distance and stay alive for now. Jamari with the arm of toggle cannot get the kill initially, but TA again is going to fall. to Doom. Wraith King Reincarnation coming back up. Thunder Predator looks like maybe sticking around too much. As that Crimson Guard, the heal ward, the regen in general, keeping him alive, but no. Too much damage. Schofield spinning out. So again, yet another kill on the Templar Assassin. But Anvorguesa does somewhat hold. They only lost one set of racks there, considering. However, did they go too deep for this one? Looks like Batrider certainly did. Jacko's long range, doesn't matter. Enchantress will grab the invis and jet on out of there.
And stupidity.
Fortunes change.
I'll take that as tribute.
Do have to say, Wraith King has felt not that useful this game. I just don't know if there's much else he can be doing to make that happen necessarily. He had a very slow start, and like I still think the Radiance would have been good, but obviously can't go back to that now. We'll be building an AC next, and that certainly will help. Much more of a team item. There's Bannerin still up, by the way. Been there for more than 2 minutes. And Schofield will at least pick up this one. And may grab this one too. Unless Wraith King gets it first. No. So Roshan still have a bit before he'll be up. 220 before the potential respawn.
Regeneration.
MKB's been finished on Templar Assassin. Doomscott with the lasso and TA with the beatdown. And it's not enough initially. The Crimson Guard, not enough though in the end. Sideblade auto attack takes him out. Jamari jumping in. Did he go too far though? Nice BKB. And Jamari has to run away. Grimstroke picked up elsewhere. Jamari manning up now. He's got an AC. The disarm happens. That's the BKB worse off for Templar Assassin. So can certainly man fight a little better now. Does still have inner fire, and again, the Heaven Tower coming back up. Meanwhile, up here, the reincarnation going off. BKB from Wraith King as he runs away. Jamari jumps in on a bat right on the force staff into the wall. He's trying to keep his distance, but it's not nearly enough. He goes down. Templar Assassin blinking away. Has to pick up a TP over here. There we go. It's on cooldown for 30 seconds, though. So she'll just have to keep running for the time being.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
It's going to be a tier 2 tower kill bottom. As they make it happen. Templar Assassin continues to be the top farm in the game. Despite, it seems like death after death recently. And ooh, a double damage rune.
Under attack. Radiant's
Spawn for her.
Has fallen.
A mysterious force.
Again, still a bit of time before Roshan's up, most likely. At least a minute or two. Oh, almost one-shot the Shadow Shaman, but good pickup at the Ghost Scepter. I mean, she cannot chase after him. All right, so a minute 08. So yeah, Roshan certainly going to be the focus of attention in about a minute from now.
Gold is a great conductor.
Will be the third Roshan as well as the 35-minute bounty runes come out. Yeah, the butterfly finished on Schofield, and he's almost got a blink dagger now too. Ethereal Blade picked up on Doom. All right, and Ghost Scepter is pretty damn good this game, and just going the full-blown Ethereal Blade, heavy burst. Marching down mid lane. Schofield's currently not with them. He's pushing out bottom with the illusions, but just pushing in the lanes to try to set up a Roshan, which again they see is not up yet. There is a trap in there from TA, so she'll know right away. Oh, no, never mind. Razor with the Shivas. Levels up 23s, 22s. All right, there's Roshan. TA knows she got another trap in there. Tamari caught, and the lasso is in. Can they say nice job with the Ghost Scepter from Doom coming out. The Ethereal Blade even. The Omni Slash cutting through as well. The down goes Grimstone. They take out Batrider, and Wraith King's in the midst of the fight, exactly where he doesn't want to be right now, surrounded by 5 heroes. Lasso, not the lasso, the Link is up as soon as he resurrects. He pops BKB, but he's doing no damage. Raze is going to be hitting like a freaking truck. Triple kill for Schofield. Enchantress, she's out of here. Oh, no, she's not. The Hex hits from Prada. And now Enchantress is also likely dead. There's the Ethereal Blade nuke. Eventually, they're going to kill Enchantress. And there we go, the swing of that hit. So pinging out Roshan, or are they? Decision time. Do they go to try to push, or it looks like they just want to push. Rosto was in there as if he wanted to do the Roshan, but the rest of the team has other plans.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's at least a tier 3.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks are under attack. Dire are
They're going to make their way bottom. This could be mega creeps, and, well, GG's just called in fact. They don't even fight it out. GG well played in game 1, going the way of Thunder Predator. So certainly a game that had its back and forth moments in the first 20 to 30 minutes. But Thunder Predator, the tri-core, became an issue. And I think specifically against the Templar Assassin, she was top farm for a lot of this later game even. But it just didn't seem to matter. She had the impressive mark as soon as she got the Blink Dagger. You know, she got that ultra kill, then a triple kill shortly after. She was certainly snowballing, as you like to see from your Templar Assassin, but really was a great Heaven's Halberd pickup from the Huskar Jamari. And as we mentioned several times in that game, I mean, between Heaven's Halberd as well as the Inner Fire, that's 9 seconds of disarm. Doom landed a couple of big Dooms on Templar Assassin in that mid-game. That slowed her down plenty. And once that's applied, you know, she really can't do much. So that mixed with Wraith King just not feeling much impact at all. And again, I'm not a Wraith King expert. So I don't know if it was an itemization issue or what, but it just didn't feel like the greatest Wraith King game. And certainly had his struggles. So look back at the draft there and see what they have up their sleeve for game number 2. But Thunder Predator, certainly the victor in game number 1 here for the South American qualifiers for the StarLadder Minor. So looking forward to seeing what happens in that game 2. We are going to take a break as always. Quick shout out to DX Racer for sponsoring and supporting this event. Those awesome gaming chairs they make. Again, DX Racer. BreakyCPK will be coming back with game number 2 after a short break. Stay tuned, guys. See you soon.